ICC reminds me of cricket. It's still ICC. Not the sort of foundation I yeah. First of all, we thank everyone for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, this was a small video. I think I've been spending a lot of time in UAE. I'm sure some of you know that. It's nice to actually come to another country which is pretty similar in different ways, and to find people use it as a home away from home. Right? Of course, everyone is trying to pursue their dreams in many ways, in many different ways. I think importantly, it's nice to connect with the Indian community, especially when you're away from home. It is something that it's nice to know. I like to meet people, get to know people. It's important. Unfortunately, sometimes we don't get to because our schedules don't. Then I tend to stay away from a lot of people. I'm not somebody who is very, very outgoing. So I tend to stay away from a lot of people, a lot of the community who are actually I don't associate with too much. But it's a pleasant surprise when Ramesh asked me to attend this. And yeah, it's nice welcome. It's pretty warm and pleasant for everyone to actually to show their respect and love for what I am here. If you talk about Qatar cricket, as you mentioned, they have a long way to go. There's so many things I can say about it. They do have a long way to go, but I think they're in a good space in many different ways. They can actually come up. I think the standing example is the football that they have conducted. I think that is probably the benchmark for things to come. And being the sort of country that they are, and looking at trying to be on the global path, I see cricket as one of the sports that they probably will look at very seriously. And they are attempting to do that, if I may say so. Yeah, it came here for a purpose. I do hope that it works. It seems to be pretty positive, but fingers crossed. Probably will see more of me around here, hopefully. Whatever I take up in any field, especially in sport, a lot of you know me because of cricket, but I do many other things, right? Because I don't just think of cricket as a sport. It is also a business. You have other areas of sport that they can use for help, for different ways. Today you have things like DNA testing, it's part of sport. It's not just for sport, but it's good for everyone across the globe. You yourself need to know what your body is all about and how you can use these things to your advantage. So there are a lot of different things that you can bring to the forefront. There are a lot of things that I'm interested in. That sport has given me the opportunity, and that's more important. Just like I meet a lot of people, but it's given me the opportunity, the exposure, the experience to actually see things or see the world in a different way. A lot of people don't get those opportunities, and I don't take anything for granted. That's very important. So I think it's important to stay positive. I was mentioning that nothing is impossible, and I honestly believe that, because everything seems far away, but it's not impossible. You can do a lot of stuff. It really depends on your motive, your goal, your motivation, what is the drive that you want to have. I came from the West Indies, so that's pretty far away when I left for India, right? So it's just one of the examples. So just to stay positive, in my opinion, for people who are here, people who are involved in whatever activities they do, it's important to excel. It's important to be satisfied with what they do. And to me, that is staying positive. To have peace of mind, to challenge yourself consistently. We get very comfortable in our space, and then we get lost. We don't know what to do. A lot of people start putting on weight, they get unhealthy. So I think sometimes you need to make a reassessment about yourself, what you want to do, am I on the right track, And I think that's a simple lesson that we can learn in life. Sport, in cricket, right today, it's made me understand that you're never the best till you stay the best. You have to constantly keep ensuring that you are the best till you want to let your guard down. So there is no question of letting your guard down. You need to be able to think of improving all the time. Think of new things, think of innovative things, think of doing things differently. You don't have to always go by the book. You can still do things and think very differently. So and I think with a community like this, and it's important to take an idea from somebody else. I think the most important thing I would say in a forum like this is to actually listen to people's ideas and to learn from them. So everyone has something to give. There is always a lesson to be learned, right? For me, that is what sport has given me. So you meet people and they're in a totally different space, and people ask you, well, why are you interested in that? I do have a lot of interest, but it's a question of not being about yourself. It's about understanding what others are doing, hear them out, and there is no harm in listening, to be honest. So my message is to stay positive, be honest with what we do, and I think with the foundation that is here, I think we're in really good hands because you have this sort of support that you need. Actually, sometimes you might be in your hometown and you don't get this sort of support because you feel it's not necessary, you take it for granted. But I think in an environment like this, it's important to stay connected and to stay together. And I think you'll find that even if there's an issue or any problems, this is the place probably you will come to which things can be solved quite easily. So once again, thanks a lot for having me here, and it's been a pleasure.